Okay. In that case, if we are good, then without further ado, hello everyone, it's a fair programming error that just refuses to be fixed code here. And we are once again returning to the world of Genshin Impact, as there has been an update. Yes everyone, there has been an update, which means we have to go back and do stuff.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to.
Now, let me navigate. Thankfully, I didn't even get any dialogue yet because it says wait until 2 days later. Which is perfect, because normally I have to worry about getting startup dialogue when something new comes out, but I guess not this time, which is appreciated. Now, we don't even miss the startup dialogue for the new quest.
Response. I have a few references.
Hidden in the shadows. Is it the Eminence? Nah. Alright, let's see. Also... Ooh, there's a lot of character anecdotes over there currently. I am tempted to knock those out first, because... character anecdotes are, after all, a limited thing, as in they constantly keep appearing and disappearing, so I might as well make use of the fact that they're here. Especially since, you know, we got Innefa and Aino lined up. So I might as well do that as a little bit of a as a little bit of a start up to the stream, give people a chance to show up if they're interested in the main story. And yeah, while we wait for people to show up, I can just check in on what all these characters are about and what they're up to. Starting with Aino. Let's see. What do we have?
How's the little deer, Innefa?
Its wounds are beginning to heal. Condition? Stable.
I think I can... No, I think the audio is fine. Actually, maybe a little bit louder. Hang on, let me tab out of the game so I can increase it. There we go.
So, that dog's medicine worked after all. Is it still in pain?
Pain is unavoidable. However, it will surely recover soon.
Pain is unavoidable.
Okay,
Now that's a
Innefa.
statement
Next
that is
up,
relatable.
Make us some cakes. Oh, and crown gakes too. I bet it's gonna be starving when it wakes up.
You are speaking on your behalf, Aino, not the deer's. But rest assured, I have a recipe for animal food, which I will prepare shortly.
But none for you.
You cannot consume food meant for animals, Aino.
Hey, I wasn't
I mean, she
thinking about
can. It's
stealing
just
a
not going to be
sit-deer's lunch,
particularly
okay?
healthy. What happened to this fawn?
We are. We encountered
We
this
are!
animal
What happened to this fawn?
that
We
appeared to have
are.
fallen to the bottom
We
of
are
the cliff,
happening
and
to
was
it
badly
actively.
injured.
Again, if it's supposed to be read as like a proper dialogue where you're supposed to read through both options, then don't make it a choice option. If you have like... Because the way they still present this, which is absolutely moronic design, and I don't even just mean that it's horrible from a gameplay perspective, I mean it's horrible just like from a design standpoint, is that they have it set up with two different dialogue options, but the responses are as if you set both of those options back to back. In which case, why not just make it a main character text box instead of dialogue options that aren't actually options?
Before we brought it to a town to visit a doctor.
Again,
We also acquired medicine.
I
for it.
hate this game.
Our current plan is to care for the deer until its wounds heal. Afterwards, we will bring it to a nearby forest before returning it to its herd.
Their game design is stupid. What's the matter, Aino?
I know, we have discussed this before.
I can take care of it. I'll get up early to feed it. Heck, I'll even brush its fur.
The previous time you got up early to feed it, you hugged it and fell back asleep. Both you and the deer only finished half of your breakfast portions.
Well, that was that's...
Gonna be a regular
When
occurrence.
you were brushing its fur yesterday, you played ball with it, successfully distributing its fur to every corner of the room. And it clogged my vacuum cleaner when I tried to clean it up.
What skill issue on your vacuum cleaner then? You got it rough enough,
I just couldn't help playing with it. fine. I'm sorry, I guess. But even if you say all that, No, I want to keep it as a pet.
Oh boy.
I'm already used to waking up early, giving it water, brushing its fur, then playing with it. If it suddenly leaves, I'll have trouble adjusting. The deer will too.
Great excuses.
Look, even the deer doesn't want to go.
I am incapable of understanding deer speech, I know.
Well, just look at it. Haven't you heard actions speak louder than words? It loves me this much.
Just because it isn't getting up and leaving actively?
If only the deer could talk. It could do all the persuading then.
And then I could tell it to stop helping you eat the vegetables in your breakfast every
Also, hi
morning.
Spinne, congrats on being first. Probably gonna go lurk, aren't you?
What? Neffa, how'd you know?
I did not know. It was merely a guess.
Hmm.
You have proven
And
it
Neon,
correct.
hello to you as well.
Ugh, you're such a big, sneaky, lying meanie, Neffa.
Tomorrow morning,
Playing
I
new
will
gacha
supervise
game.
both of you as you take your breakfast.
Go ahead, play new gacha game. Anything's better than Genshin. I just had another meltdown over how choices in this game work. As in, you get the choice between saying two different lines, and the game responds if you just said both lines in a row. Well,
Save me.
which makes me think they really should have changed it. So you actually just get a response text message rather than having two options to choose from if you don't really choose between two options in the end. Oh well. It's not a character gacha, all the characters are free. Gacha part is only skins. Well, that's a lot more reasonable then. Did it not say she's in here? Inefa. The map is saying she is here. Is the map just lying? You know what I'm actually gonna say? There, navigate. Doesn't really help, does it? Doesn't tell me if I need to get higher or anything. Where is she? No, she is lower. Okay. So, is she supposed to be in here? Let me check again. Oh, now she's in here. Right, I just didn't go to the side room. Well, that's a problem. Here we have Yehoda and her exquisite chest. Anyway, what's up, Inefa? Inefa? Has her battery gone flat?
Why is Yehoda just standing there? And she's asleep?
Standing? Every single time the game keeps surprising me with how completely weirdly put together it is. Like, it feels like half of the people working on this game do so without turning their brain on ever. What do you mean standing?
Hey, what's going on here? Paimon feels like it's a bad idea for us to leave. Maybe we should ask Aino for help.
Can you see how she's just standing there?
Keyword detected. Meditative state suspended.
Whoa! You gave Paimon a fright!
Do robots need to meditate?
No. However, it was Yehoda's request. She asked me for a detailed analysis of the steps required to meditate and to mentor her as she practiced relieving her stress.
Yehoda's so stressed that she's gotta meditate to cope with it all?
Is there something troubling her?
I do not know. However, Yehoda said she has been suffering from insomnia for a while and was willing to try any solution she could. First, I let her stand in my kitchen, close her eyes, and focus on the fragrance of crumb cakes. By stimulating her olfactory module, I believe there would be a decrease in activity
call
in
it
her
a
cognitive
module.
module.
Did it work?
It successfully stimulated her appetite. She consumed the finished crumb cakes with incredible efficiency. Unfortunately, she consumed too many and proved unable to sleep that night.
That's normal. We're not robots like you, after all. The more we smell food, the more we want to eat it.
That is indeed true. Afterwards, I try to have her perform intense mental or physical exercises before bed. For example, cutting lumber, jogging, doing push-ups, boxing, and so on. Her body should have been able to enter sleep mode more easily following such sizable expenditures of energy.
But I'm guessing it didn't work.
It did not. She finished half her exercises, realized she had an unfinished commission, and so rushed off to complete it. After she returned, she crouched down in a corner, hugging her knees, and said,
I wanted to go to Nephi and her and say Nephi is sleeping and standing. But they specifically pointed, they specifically said Yehoda is standing there. The text box specifically said Yehoda.
I was so tired from all that training. My legs gave out while guiding my clients through the ruins. I basically crawled the whole way.
Again,
If Boss Neff finds out,
the
I'm
Genshin
dead meat.
developers never fail to amaze me with their unending stupidity.
Following this, she was once more unable to sleep. In the end, we decided to give meditation another try.
Boss Neff. No, wasn't me. Didn't steal your tea. Ugh.
Yeah, you say that, Spinne, but that's, again, just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the times where Genshin just keeps fucking up everything.
Seems like the meditation was pretty effective. Yehoda's fast asleep.
She's starting to talk in her sleep.
I do not think Yehoda's sleep is related to her meditation.
Yeah, exactly. Half of them made it while not thinking. I mean, the people who work on the cutscenes definitely are doing a great job and everything, and the character designs and stuff, but I can definitely understand more and more why there's so many people who just, you know, skip all story content, no exceptions, even if it's the main story.
First
Because
of all, the meditation
sometimes
steps
it's
I
hard to
analyzed are not
care
suitable
about
for
the
her.
story when everything is so horribly done.
The goal of meditation is to enter a deep state of tranquility, which can be used to enhance self-awareness. For an ordinary person, this deep state is close to dozing. For me, this would be closer to a low-power standby mode, where one cuts power to certain components. That said, were we to shut down some of Yehoda's components, I believe it would pose a threat to her personal safety.
Really now, you think?
So, meditation wasn't supposed to work, but Yehoda fell asleep anyway? Could she have been so tired that she just passed out?
In truth, I do not understand either. All I can do is tell you what happened before. When Yehoda lay down and tried to fall asleep through meditation, she suddenly said to me, "Don't run off too far, or I might get ambushed in my sleep. And then I'd be dead meat." I answered her, "Very well, I will remain here by your side." After that, like I do with Aino every night, I held Yehoda's hand as she slept.
Hand holding? Dear God.
After a while, she did, indeed, fall asleep.
Dummy robot. This is something I did myself.
In any case, it's good that she is getting the rest she needs.
Yes. And if either of you need help sleeping, please consult me at any time. However, do note that I can only hold 2 hands at once.
Okay, Nefa needs a few more upgrades for even more hand-holding capabilities, I think.
Oh, by the way, I have leftover crumb-kaki bolts from the batch I made earlier. I gave one to Yehoda. You can have the other. Goodbye. I hope you have sweet dreams tonight.
Alright. Again, we have to go to Nasha Town. That is our objective. But once again, I will make a quick stop at a certain someone. Because as I keep saying, these anecdotes, they pop up very, very randomly. They can pop up at any time. So while they are here, it is probably in my best interest to prioritize them. Now, where is he? Over in this alley? Oh, of course. Of course he's inside the flagship. Mr. Detective. Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Aha! Found you. And Yehoda's back again as well. But awake this
And
time.
in summary, that's the commission we're here for. How's that sound to you, Yehoda?
All the same to me. You should ask yourself one question, though. You want to catch someone in Nod-Krai? How many lives are you prepared to lose for it?
Well, I once read a story.
Yehoda,
It
you're
told
not
me
really
that
that
if I
menacing.
find a deer with divinity, I could use its antlers to take my place for one death. And what do you know? Deer happens to be one of the Inazuman characters in my name. And I've got my own life to spare. That makes 2.
Don't say that too loudly.
Traveler, what a coincidence. What are you doing in Nod-Krai? Another stop on your journey, perhaps?
Has some investigating brought you here?
Sharp. I'm here in pursuit of a fugitive who fled Inazuma. He's racked up a real rap sheet, and he's always trying to flee further and further abroad. A few months ago, we received intel that he was hiding out in Nod-Krai and had joined a band of bandits. He soon returned to his usual MO, that is to say, robbing homes and raiding caravans. I think they called
Alright.
themselves the Sea Hook Gang or something. Word is they're quite a big deal in Nod-Krai, and have taken in a fair share of exiled criminals from across Tevat. After that, I knocked on the doors of the Curatorium of Secrets, Mora in hand, and asked the boss to get me someone who could point me in the direction of this Sea Hook Gang.
And that someone is Yehoda?
That's right. Judging by your expression, I'm guessing you're acquainted.
She's very good at what she does, I guess, if she's
can
motivated to
tell.
do it.
My intuition tells me that if Yehoda became a thief, even I'd never be able to catch her.
You can cut the chatter. Boss Neff gave me the job, so it's only natural I'd be good at it. But the Sea Hook gang you're looking for isn't the original Sea Hook crew. The
Oh?
original gang's long since disbanded. The people calling themselves that now are just riding on the name and scamming folks left and right.
You really have all the intel, huh, Yehoda?
Yeah, I guess I do, huh?
Interesting. This is news to me. Would you mind telling me more about this new gang of imposters, Yehoda?
What's there to tell? New or old, fake or real, the Sea Hook gang are bandits. A bunch of scoundrels who banded together from Mora, then fell out over it. Their old leader
So they're just,
wound up thrown overboard
you know,
as
beating
fish
each other up, trying to
All the
take all the money,
underlings
each
fought
one
among
taking the money for
the
themselves.
scraps.
The usual, I guess.
Some died, and others continued their wanderings. The long and short of it is that the old Sea Hook gang are dead, gone, or both.
Wait. Doesn't that mean some of the suspects within could have started going around committing crimes again?
When a house goes poof, the snakes and rats nestled within find other walls to burrow into. That's just how it is. Nobody wants to die out in the wilderness.
But for all the vermin out there, it's also the perfect time to find a good place to settle down, and maybe get a good roommate along the way. If I were a rat, escaping the snake would mean freedom from being hunted down and eaten. When you think about it, that's a good thing. In any case, you've been most helpful, Yehoda. Thank you for the intel. It seems the Mora spent on your services was well worth
I
it.
see. So that's what
It's
we get out
honestly a
of this
real load-off to
interaction,
know that
some
these
lore
people are just
about
imposters using the Sea
a
Hook
gang.
gang's name. I'd have had to admit I was in over my head flying solo against the real gang, with its international cohort of goons and all.
Well, wait. You think you can take them on as they are now, all by yourself?
I mean, he has a vision that
Yeah,
makes him
more
much
or less.
stronger than the average goon.
After all, I'm only looking for our Inazuman fugitive. I'm not here to bring the whole gang to justice.
That's a bold statement, but whatever. I'll help you track the imposters down. What happens after? That's got nothing to do with me.
How about I go with you?
Your kindness is appreciated, but this time I'd rather this be a solo outing. Now, I suppose that's that. I'll leave locating them to you, Yehoda. As for me, I'll get to thinking of how I can haul this scoundrel back to Inazuma and have him confess his crimes.
Alright, there we go. That was our little intro to the stream. And now that that's done, let me just make sure there aren't any others. Yeah. Let's move on to what we're here for. The main story. The real stuff we can sink our teeth into. Let's see what's up.
It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rarer, though. Where could he have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
Especially now that he has a body.
Hello, you must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there right away. Come on, let's go.
Well, that's gonna be easy then. A nation that doesn't exist. Sure wish that was Nod-Krai. Well then, let's get moving. Oh yeah, Nah, doesn't really make sense to teleport. Teleporting doesn't get me much closer than walking does. I think walking is probably just as fast as teleporting and then walking, because that spot is nowhere near a teleport point. Okay, where's this wild hunt attack? I do not see it. Were you lying to me? Oh, you mean it's inside? So domain time, I guess?
I barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that
How
energy cannon
wild
wasn't
indeed.
enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger. What's his endgame here?
Oh, we're already going after him? Already
everyone's
going after
here
Rerir,
already.
huh?
Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again.
Uh-huh.
But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, the crystalite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that Rarir did this. Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki
Makes
loss
sense.
has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The
It'll be
consequences
it'll
could
be fine.
catastrophic.
It'll be fine.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rerir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
He was already extremely dangerous even then.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in Nod-Krai, waiting for his chance to strike?
I mean,
Even
we just
chillier.
gotta strike first.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
Because he's very cautious, I guess.
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force.
Nah.
No
Gotta
point
be
staying in the
cautious. Always be
shadows.
cautious. If you lose, you're done for. There's no harm in just playing it safe.
Unless something something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
Actually,
Imagine
that
it's
sounds about
literal.
right.
The nation that doesn't
The
exist
Waylands
is
the
a
whole
world of
time,
its
but he had
own.
zero interest in talking to us.
It's entirely literal, and the title is also meant to be taken as such.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rahir of Solnari before all this.
Oh god, I've never heard that word pronounced worse than right there. Yehoda has set the record for the worst pronunciation of Rechor in the entire game.
I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nod-Krai, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. And if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone...
I hate to say this, but we might have to make a temporary alliance with the Fatui here.
It hurts just thinking about it.
Hate it.
What are we supposed to do
Hate
against
it
a
so
threat
much.
this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target
Appreciate the
other
lurk,
places
Neon.
rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki rich ore, was it not?
Fair
That's
enough.
right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we
Yeah,
don't have much
it
choice,
sure
right?
is.
We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rear, what then?
That's when you follow the 3rd rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the 3rd rule was go with the flow?
Same difference.
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right.
I'm gonna
we
take
better
him
get
down.
moving. Come on,
I'm gonna
Ananda,
solo
let's go.
him. Gonna pull the I'd win. Everyone doing their thing. Alright. Time to go to our meetup location. Hi there, hello. So, anything?
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling.
Maybe he's a ghost.
I'd rather face
Maybe he
him head on
temporarily
than be
abandoned
left
his body
hanging
again.
Like this.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Maybe that's something he can do. I mean, he existed for so long without a body.
Not loving the word either.
Maybe he's able to go back
How
to
about
that
you,
temporarily.
Flint?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
All we can do now
To be fair, I
is
have
hope that
purified
Ino
it
and
quite a
Aneka
bit,
turn up
haven't
some
I?
leads. Darn it, Rereer. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one!
You die, but sure, go ahead, try him. Try him. Also, you know what? Let me click out of the game again for a second. It still feels too quiet. So I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more still. Maybe around here. Let's try that.
Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it! I swear!
No, it's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
Alrighty then. Oh, already cutscene time. That's very quick. Oh. Huh. I guess him... Yeah, you know what? No, she would have a lot of power that he would want. It makes sense she'd be a target.
Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
Easy clap, right? Come on. We faced bigger and badder than this.
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
And I guess Paimon is getting out of there as well. Tentacle hands.
Your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
That watch out was way too soft. Oh! Yeah, that was never gonna work. Huh. There we are. Now that's main character status. Also, after bursting out, did we just... It looked like we absorbed them? Can we just absorb his tentacle grabby hands? Because if so, yes. Oh. And honestly, that's a skill issue on him for letting us get away.
Find them, even if it means turning this place to ashes.
So, yeah. Easy clap, as I said.
too close. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
I mean, he's one of the 5 sinners.
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about?
Oh, she's a goddess, you know.
We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah.
He
we
probably
didn't
wants her
see how
power
it
or
all
something.
started. It all escalated so quickly. We had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Again, she's definitely one of the characters I am gonna pull for. Because she is a goddess. And I do want all the Archons. Because they're gods, and yeah, they don't use the term Archon, but still. As a goddess, she counts in my eyes, which means I have to pull for her at some point.
She's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you.
Yep, that's what I
Take
figured.
it for his own. The list goes on. But right now, devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right?
Oh, he
As
is.
long as we can sneak out of Nod-Krai undetected. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only option.
There you go.
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I
but
feel like
still.
if we run, he'll take his rage out on civilians until we come back to him. Just seems like the type of person he
It's
is.
not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. A coyote doesn't
actually,
stop
yes,
for
there is a need.
bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she'd pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple
There
times
we go.
now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Rira's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
Running away won't solve anything.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes,
Flashbang.
force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes It takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
So, we fight together or we all die together.
But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now.
It's our turn to help you now.
Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake, cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away.
Well, a lake doesn't have to shrink away if it's cut off from its source.
Run dry.
You can get more water from rain as a backup source.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength.
That's why we need the moon marrow to borrow the eternal moon's power.
The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
Oh, here they come.
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting
Running?
party, which means Rear won't be far behind.
I don't see them running or anything. They're casually
Then what are we
strolling.
waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
Break out of the Wild Hunt's onslaught. So by that you mean just kill them.
Ultimatum protocol. They just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Qatar's house to escape! This goes on much longer.
I mean... yeah, there are a lot of them, but they are dying slowly but surely. Especially because the game gave me very powerful characters here. I mean, look at how quickly we're decimating them.
Defensive mode engaged.
Be silent. Close your eyes. Feel the dark.
Follow the frost moon of old.
Preparing for
The Lord soon beckons.
With one heart, we pray.
ultimatum protocol.
Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. They just kept dying. Whoop. Oh. New character introduction, huh? Alright then. Is that him? Is that Are we finally meeting the boy, the guy? Knights of Favonius extraordinaire?
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Hold up! Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsfartnir? Whoa! You're
Yup.
Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Okay, how safe can this place possibly be if we can't be found by one of the sinners at all? Oh. Alright, secret hideout.
Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nod-Krai, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network.
The Northern Intelligence Network.
AKA, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nod-Krai, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nod-Krai should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka,
Here we
Knight
go.
of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time
Yeah.
coming.
We haven't chatted with the acting Grandmaster in a while.
You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though.
Oh boy.
Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a
Alright.
little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him.
Well, now you have us to team up with
I
as
tried
well.
tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
As he
Maybe
probably
I'm part of the
should.
equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod-Krai?
Oh, you know,
Why
stuff
is the Wild
and
Hunt
things.
returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Aino brings Varka up to speed about what happened before.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger.
Yup.
And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nod-Krai is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners.
Close enough.
Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable.
Maybe it'll be fully wiped out if we can wipe out a
But
certain,
now
you
that a
know,
new variable
Rachel,
has come into play,
a certain
fate
sinner.
may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rarir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log,
Alright.
a Nod-Krai and Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be
One may
intervening
wonder
again.
who they are.
From here on out,
And if it's a
we'll have
character
to
we
resolve
know,
this crisis by ourselves.
probably gonna be a new character. It's probably gonna be an
Your
entirely
intel
new
also
character
explains
that'll be
something else
revealed
I've been
later
wondering
on.
about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nod-Krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now,
We
we've got at
die.
least 3 things to consider.
Right now we
Let's go
die.
through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rarir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nod-Krai's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rarir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
So we just need one
Hold on.
more then.
Are you suggesting?
The iridescent moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
But who will wield the iridescent moon's
The
marrow?
3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things.
Is that where our
Perhaps
mystery
they
ally
hold
comes in,
further
maybe?
secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the iridescent moon's marrow?
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau.
I mean, I can
There's a high
teleport.
chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
I will go with her. You know I can teleport,
Then
right?
that's
You
settled.
do know I can do
Next
that.
up,
I have teleport
our second
waypoints.
priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rarir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nod-Krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar
I guess
hadn't
it's
given us
enemy
that lead,
backstory time
we wouldn't
then.
even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nod-Krai has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Well, if his title is anything to go by, he's all about
Oh.
revenge. That is the one thing we can say for
That's a
sure.
rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Also, hi, Nefer.
She heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details, details. Miss Nefer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nod-Krai.
Oh boy.
We can't do this without the curator.
So not just a team up with a
But I knew
Fatui, but
it'd be
team
a
up with
tough job to win
everyone.
you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot?
Nefer kind of knows
With the
everything.
Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
When it comes to, you know, intelligence network, you really think Nefer isn't
You
involved?
really think he could have gotten settled in Nod-Krai without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
You mean your...
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh?
You bring Nefer up to speed on what's been happening. Or, you know, just facing
Well,
one of the
this
sinners,
certainly
as you do.
qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
What if we
Nothing.
told you we can't do this without you?
Still a no-go.
Then I'd say, you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't.
You
put
can be
price
paid in
on something
exposure.
like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. So I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks.
Oh, so you don't want to ever get paid again,
Things
Yehuda,
got
huh?
really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you
Damn.
invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehuda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flins, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd
All
rather
right.
keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you. So we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him.
I have a feeling I know who that's gonna be. Considering who he's targeting, just saying.
I'm in for this part, no matter what.
Oh.
Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Again, Rerir has an obvious target, so if we're stalling him...
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Crab Shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready,
I guess that works
we'll deploy
then.
the decoys across Nod-Krai. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then. We'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed.
Okay. So these are the teams. Ooh. Nice way to do this with the map and everything. Alright, we're going in.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck.
Don't worry, I don't want to take
Don't blame
anything
us for
from you.
doing
I
what we
already
have to.
explored everything 100% in this area.
You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
Oh?
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
Oh, fun. Well, let's see what's up. Gabe! Thank you so much for the raid. How are things coming with the story? Hope things are going well. How was your stream? Hope you got through everything. I assume there's a lot to this if the first 2 chapters are anything to go
what
by.
do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity.
There was a lot. Oh, I
Whatever
imagine.
miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
Oh? Wait, Arlecchino is like here?
Huh?
Present?
You mean the knave?
Like they're here right now?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
Huh.
Is she in Nod-Krai?
No, she's not.
Damn,
Once the work on
shame.
this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nod-Krai are me and... what is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
No, want to continue that? Who else is here?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon.
Marinette seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on. I don't understand what Arlecchino has to do with the iridescent moon's marrow, but at this point, I have no choice but to go along with Columbina's plan.
Is that a no, then?
I guess. We're only doing this to stop Arrear.
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
So how many of those are still alive?
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment.
Or was she genuinely trying to introduce Columbina to new flavors? Maybe all that coldness is just an act. Are we saying she might be a bit of a tsundere? And they actually get along? Walk now, enjoy the quest. Oh, I hope I will. Enjoy your walk, Gabe. And thank you for the lurk.
And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me?
Interesting.
You said you were on the guest list. If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection.
What be her reason then?
Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to.
Okay.
But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
For real? She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina.
Guess that's our cue to leave.
We'd better not keep Varka and the others waiting.
That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. Huh? What do you mean? Listen.
Oh.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Well, they're certainly quick.
Uninvited guests trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me?
I can afford to worry about whoever I want to worry about.
Stop Polonia from crushing him last
Again,
time.
main character
But I've made
status.
sure that won't
I have
happen
plot
again.
armor.
The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war.
stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapon system.
Just be careful, okay?
Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you.
Okay, so that went well. About as well as it could have, I guess.
Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
Just a bit of a war. How nice of them to give me control. Whoa, 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 they're certainly getting close. Especially if they just keep spawning in right in front of me. Alright, simple enough.
Good work, Bosco 1. Bosco 2, prepare to fire!
Whoa. They just spawned in right into the bullet. Hello. Imagine spawning in right with a projectile right in your face. Ooh, and a sniper, huh?
Don't let them get near.
Say don't let them get near, but there are certainly quite a lot of them, which makes it hard to not let any of them get near when I only have single target damage on this. There we go.
Deploy all backup units. Get in there and hold the line. They're more safe than I thought. Whatever. This is where the real fun begins.
Trying to focus down the big ones first. Oh, well then again, those are right in front of me.
Don't worry. Once this is over, I'll put you all back together again. I promise.
Okay, these ones are a bit of a problem. Severely damaged.
Finally, the Ranger himself. Time to...
Can't do anything.
Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
Oh. Well, there goes. I think Marionette's gonna die. I could see it happening. Shame. What a shame.
Polonia, get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for...
Boy.
She's not here. Where did she go?
He doesn't even give a shit.
Over here, you big...
To be fair though, if he gave a shit, you'd be dead.
Curse it, Moon.
I think if he gave a shit about you, you'd already be dead.
Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
Count your blessing. I wouldn't do that. Well, there goes Polonia. Meanwhile, at the Curatorium of Secrets. We get even more secrets.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frostmoon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumeru decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
Treasure compass, huh?
I'm not sure exactly what
Imagine
you've got
using
planned,
one of those.
but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rarir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted.
Just run for the
It's the great
hills.
equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary.
You can die instead
I've
of
already made
never,
up
I
my
guess.
mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Eh? Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
So bring Dory
Come
into
on,
this as
boss.
well.
You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady?
In every
She
way.
showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person.
Yet also incredibly shady.
Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
A few moments later. It's important. Alright, where she be?
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush?
You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Oh,
Doors,
Yehuda.
Sangamo, I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big in Nod-Krai, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Nod-Krai. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself.
I also like how
in a
we're bringing back the
lumberjack
Sumeru
situation.
music for
Good
this.
thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day.
It makes
I've been giving
sense
her
and
a
it
30%
fits.
discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangamabe is nothing if not generous.
Yes, but she'll increase the prices ahead of time so that those discounts will amount to it
So,
costing the same as it would if it was
run into
normal
some trouble.
price.
I've got everything you could possibly need, and the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor, dredged up from the bottom of the sea?
Survival gear.
At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing
Since
with
when is a
here.
jetpack survival
If even
gear?
you're worried about staying
Interesting.
alive, it must be pretty serious.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures.
Ah,
I don't have anything like that in stock right now.
the Gabe
I'll have to ask
shout-out
my
happened as
supplier.
well.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Nod-Krai in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Not anymore.
Let's just say
It belongs
I'm
to us
borrowing it,
now.
all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
Well then.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
You finished talking a long time ago. There
That
we
will be
go.
all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
All right.
Excellent.
Ritual time,
Everything
I guess.
is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin.
I wonder
After
what that's gonna be
initiating the
all
ceremony,
about.
Your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound.
Laying down the ground rules for everyone joining the trip as a follow never begins the
Now
ceremony.
then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past.
All right. Time for lore. Time for backstory. Let's see what's up, I guess.
I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected.
I think this style of architecture reminds me of the specifically... this is like sub-area kind of stuff. I don't know. For some reason, my mind immediately begins to go to the sub-area in Azuma, I think. Like the sub-map there. Because I think that's specifically where I recognize this shelf from, maybe?
Looks like
it's been a while, though. With all of this especially as well.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of the Inazuma sub-map.
Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Ooh, never trial. Except all I can do is walk. A note? A handwritten note.
Hi, River. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
So he definitely had people he cared about. Or at least people who cared about him. Journal on the table.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Crane imports keep falling.
Huh.
If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is.
Most of what's written in the diary are the mundane details of everyday life. It's clear that the author was an ordinary Conrian, or at least that they were passing themselves off as one. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really leave any particular impression.
He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard.
Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with a shallow indentation along the bottom. The previous page has been torn out. For now, its contents remain a mystery.
Did Riri rip it out himself?
Have you tried shading it in with a pencil? But pen marks like these leave a trace. Yup, with something like charcoal. To add some color, you just need to find the right angle. When Nefa looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Compared to the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in a rougher, more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state.
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool. The burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away. That it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that?
I guess wanted to get rid of any trace that he himself feels emotion. Burial place of the fallen moon, though. That might lead us to what we want, because we do still need that last moon marrow. Oh, wow. Lovely how it just loads in like that. There ain't really much to see outside.
Right here. Over here.
Dainslev?
Dane! Oh, and, Vedafon here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a
And
drink.
we don't get to see anyone other than Dane
Even
here.
the court prophet deserves a break. every
Anyone
now and
other
then,
than
right?
Rerir. We don't even get to see Dane. Not even get to see young Dainslev. Imagine that.
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
You have Gregor from Limbus? I know. You tell me
Who'd have
why
thought
he
the
reminds
great
you.
Twilight Sword was an
Ah, yeah,
even greater
Rerir,
gossip.
one of the sinners. You know,
I just
stuff
didn't
and
expect
things.
you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me.
Interesting.
How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
It's nothing.
Vedafilnir, Dainslef's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. He's said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Alright, what else we got? Back to investigating inside. A mirror! Also, he tall.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
No. Any time with Dane is time wasted.
Vedafilnir showed up today too. You know, Dainslef's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedafilnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Dainslef mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You could be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm
Oh,
sure
he
someone
won't
in
be a
his
nobody
position
forever.
has much bigger fish to fry.
Becoming one of the sinners and all.
Maybe you're right.
Kill everybody because his wife died? I honestly do not know if that's probably part of it. I mean, they're Khaenri'ans. You know what happened to Khaenri'ah.
You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's
And
been going so
considering
well,
his
has it
title
not?
is the
You've even
Rächer,
proposed to me.
it makes sense that he'd be going completely mad after that you know, he earned that title by just going completely mad and trying to get revenge for everyone who died.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Damn.
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies.
Yeah, he sure won't be a nobody
Sounds
forever.
about right. In the eyes of people like Battlefield and Dainsleif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline.
Again, the Wild Hunt connection makes
ever more
sense.
intense.
Considering Rerir is the one causing the Wild Hunts. He's the root cause of it all.
The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will.
I would never consider that kind of
What
approach in the
becomes of
first
someone who
place.
kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Thelindis,
Oh?
It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together. Cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
Knowing what happens to Khaenri'ah.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revier. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You're right, Thelindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead.
Oh,
I just
boy.
have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there.
He won't be there, will he?
Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Finster King's Guard.
Is the entire world a
He
vampire?
clearly doesn't
Yes.
want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life.
Well, it's either that
Then,
or it's,
that's
once
hardly
again, the Genshin
surprising.
devs not being able to
People
figure
in the
out how to make
intelligence
mirrors
trade
work
rarely
like
do.
actual mirrors.
Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Again, you can't expect the Genshin devs to be smart. Then again, though, the effect of just... We are the rear now. But yeah, the fact that the environment isn't mirrored is a little bit weird, I have to say. It's just a rear running in a void. I mean, you'd think it wouldn't be difficult, but these are the Genshin devs we're talking about, you know?
Our last operation was a resounding success. And all thanks to you, Ray here of Solnari.
Oh, he's already...
In total, we apprehended
Right, he already
32
has that
dregs
title
of the
back
Crimson
then.
Moon, and 67 accomplices.
So he already had that title since way before.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start?
Damn.
How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason.
To be fair though, all of
These are
Conria
no
will
helpless
fall
lambs we're
soon.
leading to the slaughter.
Well, I
They're
say soon,
wolves
I
in
don't know
sheep's
how
clothing.
much time is left when this happens before
Take care,
Conria's fall.
Ray here of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. Things you cannot know. The Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now,
Alright, I guess I'll have to have a look at that later then, Spinner.
There are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Thelindis.
Rerir seems to be very concerned by Vedalfnir's reaction. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
Oh?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big time.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Thank you.
But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds.
Oh boy.
We
Is
suffered
this
many
how she's gonna
casualties,
find out, huh?
and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Is this how she's gonna find out?
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Oh, she's gonna get involved,
Wait.
alright.
Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rarier, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
Yep.
Cruel
This is how
irony,
she finds
isn't it?
out, huh?
The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
Oh.
How strange. Rarier was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Thelindis. Rarier couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
How very fascinating. Are we moving on to the next troop then, or... Nope, they're gonna discuss this.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rarier's fragment to spy directly on his memories?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. We're not worthy! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we barely scratched the surface.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time inside.
Fair
That's all
enough.
we can see for now. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too.
The episode ends on a cliffhanger, indeed. Also, the others are doing okay too. That's the cue to switch to the next
Especially
party,
the group with
right?
The Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others.
And... Okay, we're going back to our team. Back to our duo team.
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area.
I guess a trio if we count Paimon.
completely blocked.
We'll just have to sneak past.
Oh, that's never gonna work. One little slip up and it's game over. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rarier. And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again.
Be that as it may, we still have to try.
Oh, guess you're right. All right, time to zip it. Quick, hide! We almost got spotted. Phew, that was a close call.
Oh boy. That's a lot of them. Let's
Watch
head...
out! He's coming this way.
Yes, I know, just don't stop me! We're going over
We're
here.
nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
Surely there must be another way out. Well, now they definitely saw us. Rear incoming?
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Actually, that is to our benefit. It seems to be harming them. And who might the culprit be? The Wild Hunt. That was quick. Ah, look who it be. So she did show up. Father has arrived.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina.
Hu Tao better, fair enough. But I don't think Hu Tao would come all the way out here.
The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino! You came!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Whoop. Alright, moving away again to... Oh! Back to Marionette? Was not expecting us to move back over there. You came. Yes.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished.
You said that last time.
He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute. I recognize that voice.
Hello, Miss Sandrone.
Oh.
Father sent us over to help.
The squad is here.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines.
She already managed to break it more.
Nearly
Great.
every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you.
You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
How generous. There's even tea. And I guess we're now meeting back up at the secret base. Okay. So we did not get to see what the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius did. I guess he'll just tell us about what he's done without us getting to see it. Such a shame. Also, wow. That is such a horrible spot. There is no teleport point anywhere near that. Alright. I have arrived. Enter the meeting place.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's and the others? And what about Niffer?
Dead.
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Ino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for Miss Neffer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Yep. We got another Harbinger
Where
here.
have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the F2P Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nod-Krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A F2P Harbinger.
I mean, we have another Harbinger over there right next to her as well.
Guess we
Or
can't
former
just start
Harbinger, I
trusting
guess.
F2P Harbingers, even at a time like this.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the Moon Goddess no longer belongs to the F2P, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does Nod-Krai belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Arlecchino was instrumental in helping us save the whole of Fontaine.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the F2P really have been the source of many of our troubles.
And they will continue
We
to
have
be
our
so.
own way of doing things here in Nod-Krai. But ever since they arrived, the F2P have treated us with nothing but hostility.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the F2P. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow.
There we
which will
go.
help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets after all. But she clearly
I mean, she's here on a
wants to
personal
change the
matter.
subject.
Anything she gives away
It
might
would be
be
awkward if I tried
secrets
to
of the
bring it up again
F2P
now.
that she doesn't want to get involved.
I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the F2P Harbingers after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair response there.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda, time to share that top-secret intel.
Alright, listen up everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
Well,
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still,
Alright.
long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé, or at least a would-be fiancé. called Tholindis.
Tholindis?
What's the matter?
Just after Rerir regained his body, he called out that name.
Granddaughter. Tholindis.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancée of his? Do we know anything about her?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Tholindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Tholindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Tholindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conorians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conorian...
She might still be alive.
Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the captain.
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who Nefer knows, Dori Sangama Bay. Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
All right, then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler,
all right, time to split back up.
And Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kuthar. At this rate...
She was already literally beat up. It would be entirely possible.
So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out.
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up with the boss.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Ino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy.
Oh?
Our reinforcements should be here any minute now.
Reinforcements,
Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed.
Reinforcements from Mondstadt, or...
We're back. Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know
Wow.
how long we can stall
I know
them
has
for.
skill issues,
The
imagine
decoys are
that.
getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right. Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just
Reinforcements
discussed
will
with
come soon
Blitz?
enough. Oh, I'm curious, alright
Sure.
now. Very
Uncle Varka,
curious.
you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amspartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nod-Krai in the period leading up
Also,
to
how
that.
was your walk, Gabe?
That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far
Also, hi
from regaining his
Tormuse,
full
hello,
strength.
hello.
In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nod-Krai are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help.
Bit cold? I imagine
I know.
it would be kind of
I'm
cold
sure you're
right
capable
now.
of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. And Efa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
I guess we're cutting back to our team soon enough.
Investigate the situation over at Amsfartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
Yeah, we are currently not present because we just left.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
But I assume we'll be cutting back to our team now. Yep. That we are, cutting back to our group. Silver Moon Hall. Investments. Ah, yes.
This will serve as a good
Sonic
spot to
Chaos
cross
Emeralds,
over.
Goku, Dante, Cry Dante from Limbus Company, every legendary mythical Pokemon. Yep, the reinforcements are arriving, all of them.
Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you?
He should. He should be shitting his pants.
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon, and one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious? Isn't you're a descendant of that Crimson
I
Moon
mean, they
dynasty
gotta.
we were just talking about?
They gotta have very fancy and unique
ancient
outfits.
Conria?
I think a big part of this game is that each character needs to have a very unique silhouette.
Your surprise is understandable.
Which is partially like for gameplay purposes, so you can easily tell the characters apart from both color scheme and silhouette alike without looking at the details.
The more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like
Yes,
blood
Gabe,
through my
this is
veins
turning into the
and
ultimate
smoldered
showdown of
away
Ultimate
inside my
Destiny.
nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me, consuming me from the inside out.
Your hands.
Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since
Always
this
gotta get the
blood
abyss
flame was
involved,
bestowed
of
upon
course.
me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war.
Whew. Sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about?
The location?
Question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Karians used to worship was actually the iridescent moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters. Does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the Abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss.
Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
The first
But we
time
still
we
need to
met,
find the moon
I
marrow.
sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project.
Especially if the doctor found
Anyway,
out.
time is against
The
us
doctor
here,
likes
so if
his
there's any other
research
questions,
projects.
they'll have to wait.
And he must die
I
for
just want to
it.
make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody. Correct?
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Oh boy, we're powering up one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Deal. Then let's get started.
I mean, we kind of need this right now because of our common enemy, but this might be harmful to us in the long
What
run.
does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Harry, also known as Leobranto Inamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
For real?
What kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But
Beyond
fearing
this
they
wo-
might lose control,
Looking for
they
beings
subjected
beyond this
these
world.
children to a process of
Ah, yes.
refinement.
They want to summon isekai
They
protagonists.
made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed
Flashback
they
to
could be used to bridge
her
the gap
backstory.
between the two worlds
I remember
of
that.
life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open. So I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way.
Don't worry, we got this.
Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it.
Touch the hands.
Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await.
Alright, open the passageway if you may.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent.
Okay. So I guess that's our cue to jump in the hole.
One word of advice as you're crossing over. No matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it. I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go.
Only Embers remain. Achievement unlocked. Well then. Up we go. Ugh, flashbang. Just keep walking.
Over from another world, transcending fate itself. I have no right to.
Keep on going.
Hey, look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place. What now?
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon. Was this truly what you wished for?
Let's keep going and see what's ahead.
Careful. There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the fog. Paimon's right behind you.
Nothing bad about stuff being
Don't run
spooky.
up without her.
I mean, it is spooky month. Stuff is supposed to be spooky.
By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Huh. No, I'm not changing my party setup, thank you very much. I am perfectly happy with what I've got.
Solidify!
Oz reveal! Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Yeah.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
We got a few more hilichurls.
Stabilize!
Boing, boing, boom!
That's where we came from. Ooh, a chest. Congrats, you hit the wall.
Gather!
By royal Dumpty Dumpty
Alright, now give me chest. Don't really care too much about the contents of the chest, other than the primo gems. Obviously. The only thing that matters.
Huh?
So, the iridescent moon's marrow is up there in the sky?
Huh? For real?
For real?
It's way too high. There's no way we'll be able to reach it.
No. I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
Under the mountain?
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Let's check it out.
Alright.
Ooh, looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind.
Bye.
Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues.
Bye. Alright, those two are definitely gone. Let's activate it then. Huh. So it's just that simple. Okay, there's two more.
Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. Do you think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret? Let's try to find more of them!
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Felindis? Is that Rear's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her voice here?
Never previously mentioned that she was the researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum.
Oh yeah! So, do you think she was studying this strange space all along?
The Abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here. Like echoes. Or after images.
Whenever
Makes
I
sense,
see this
I guess.
view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. Mourning still in wistful tone, her fragile soul now laid to rest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or something more?
Let's keep moving. Ooh, more hilichurls to kill.
Stabilize.
Oz, reveal the
It's even better knowing that these are former humans. Ah, the people of Khaenri'ah, how they must suffer having been turned into monsters.
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices
So we need to activate that device to purify this device, so we can activate the device to purify... What is it directed at? Is it directed at the other device, so that that may then do the thing? Okay, we're gonna trigger a whole chain reaction here, I think. Oh look, even more hilichurls.
Gather.
La la la.
Chest. Alright, we got another one. Let's activate this one. Yep, that purifies this one. So now we go down there. Now we can activate this. Okay, no, that does hit the sludge thingy. That's 2 out of 3.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
What madness might they be talking about? I can already see that that thing needs to be purified as well. What? Oh! Oh, I can just purify this one myself. Great! And that's all 3. And now you can see the moon reflected in the water.
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Rerir, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
That outsider? What if our sister?
Hey look!
Maybe?
The moon's reflection is back to normal! Elendis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul.
Then there's no time to lose! Let's go!
Well then. We're diving in. And I guess that's it.
These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow.
At least they're not very durable. Counter-lure is always appreciated. Since that's kind of the overarching plot thread. Thank you, Spinne. Huh.
That must be the iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
Alright, simple enough. Rift Hounds! I've said it before, I'll say it again. Rift Hounds are my most hated enemy in this game. And the Rift Hound boss is by far the hardest boss in the game. Harder than all the weekly bosses.
Stabilize.
Oh, it's revealed!
Again, I've only beaten that boss a single time. And I do not intend on rematching it unless I absolutely have to.
Solidify.
Really can't climb. Fine. Why does it have to be Rift Hounds? It's like they know. It's like they know how annoying these things are. And that's why they keep deploying them whenever we have abyssal stuff going on now. It's always Rift Hounds when we get into the abyssal stuff. And I hate it. I miss the days before those things were introduced. But ever since Rift Hounds were introduced, they show up every single time. Every single time stuff with the Abyss happens. Without fail, it's always these things.
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Stabilize.
We're so close!
Reduced in 2.2, and I hate them. I know they've been around for a long time at this point, but I still hate them.
Order guide you.
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Which might mainly be because they kind of slightly counter my ace. Because they can inflict bleed through shield. And I kind of pride myself on the fact that Zhongli makes me normally completely invincible. Rift Hounds are one of the few enemies that can actually do me any kind of harm.
The iridescent moon's marrow, still burning away like an undying flame.
Oh, don't talk to me about undying flames. We got those in Last Defense Academy already.
It has taken on a new form entirely. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be able to obtain its untainted essence.
Leave it to me. As you can see, sucking, it's what I do best. So I suck the abyss out of this thing. It's just that easy.
Cold.
Oh?
Is it you? Are you here?
Huh? Are you talking to us?
At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed, and I am finally free. I'm sorry, I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart. As death drew near, the moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. My thoughts scattered.
Well, that sounds like a pleasant experience.
But I could not bear to fade away like that. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage, then I might have been spared this torment, more painful than death. You look so puzzled. That's how I felt too when I first saw you. But trust me when I say,
cut my life in two pieces.
happens for a
yes.
reason. Farewell, Hypo.
What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But none of us have ever met her before, right?
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers,
Makes sense.
our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
I mean, you are the new goddess of the...
But anyway,
moon. Yeah,
you got the iridescent moon's marrow now.
of the
That
frost
should help you
moon.
regain your strength, right? Alright. Time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. Let's go!
And we're just gonna instantly get out of here. Oh, cutscene!
This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Hurry! The place is
Yeah, we definitely should not be standing there and watching as all this debris is flying towards us.
Who's it? The Abyss? Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Good thing she can teleport. And again, always the Rift Hounds. Excuse me, I thought you couldn't come in. Oh.
What are you waiting for?
I guess she's helping from outside. Well, we got the cutscene. I guess that means this part of the story is slowly approaching its end. I know they added 2 chapters, but I feel like the first of the 2 chapters is almost over now.
We made it! Was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry.
If I can purify the abyssal power, then maybe...
No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh... We're so sorry, Arlecchino. Paimon can't believe you'd make a sacrifice like this for us.
I mean, to be fair, she's about to get a power
As
up
much
because
as
of
I'd like
this.
to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbina.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the 2 worlds' flames burn ever more brightly.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return.
More hand-holding. Oh dear. Well, they're not exactly holding hands, but still.
Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina, are you okay?
I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds, that's all.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned, at least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayrir like this. Just
I guess we'll have to get even
one
stronger
more ray
then.
of moonlight, if you would.
Don't push yourself too hard.
It's okay. I can take it.
Doubling up.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Nod-Krai. The Rayrir of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the frost moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina. This is who you are.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow stronger.
But could you please help us in the fight? Rear might
But
be a
whatever
problem.
you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Rerir.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
Apologies.
Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, you've been living a wandering
My
life.
Genshin allergies are kicking in.
Probably never really cared. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Rerir, give it some thought.
Thank you again.
Right. That's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandrone.
You're the best.
Let us know next time you need a hand.
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent things to do right now than trade compliments.
Yup. Knew that was approaching the end of that act. Now I could obviously start Act 4 already.
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow.
But
and
before I
restored
do that...
Carolina's strength, and that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
We've completed Act 4. The next one's way longer. Oh boy. You know what I will do now? This thing here I had to add to a previous VOD because I accidentally stumbled into it. But we can do the other 2 quests for completing the meeting points. So let's do that. Let's do those. And maybe we will get started on the next one considering it's so much longer. Alright, construct up to max level immediately.
Well, I think we can now say that the Grand Library is complete. Next, we'll need to find somewhere to put the bird stands, cushions, and deposit boxes. Ah, hello there, traveler, Paimon.
These ones should
Thanks
be
to your
relatively
help,
short, by the way, no need to worry.
repairs are basically complete. It's really starting to look the part.
What about that other stuff you just mentioned? Are you planning on putting all that in the library too?
Yes. That said, it's too big of a job for me to handle alone. I was planning on getting some of our more skilled artisans to help out.
Do they really belong in a library?
The Grand Library is open to humans and animals alike. Since we have furniture for humans to sit down on, there should naturally be some for the animals too.
Huh. Yeah, that does kind of make sense.
What about the deposit boxes?
Those are the ones I used to use when the little animals came to talk to me about their struggles. I'd originally planned to make some new ones, but some of the animals are nostalgic for the older items, so we brought them along too.
Wait, animals tell you their struggles? Like a therapy session? Kinda sounds like a nice bathhouse for animals.
Both humans and animals look to you as an attentive listener.
This is one of my duties as Moonchanter. I would not call it hard work, and it's true. All living things have a need to feel heard. I have always encouraged everyone to come to me without reservation, whatever troubles they may be facing. Hiding your thoughts deep in your heart will not solve anything. In fact, it often makes the problem worse.
Again, I hate this part of Genshin. This right here, they make it look like, oh, I have a choice of what to say. When in reality, what this is just the main character's dialogue is these 3 lines in a row. Yet they present it to me as a choice where I pick one of these 3 lines. When the game obviously... They could have just made it a main character text box. Why do they make it a choice when it is obviously not a choice but 3 lines that are all being said in a row? I do not understand. Anyway, do more humans show up for your counseling?
Oh, well, I've never looked at the numbers, but my sense is that the animals consult me more often. After all, my daily routine is more or less the same as that of my people, and they don't usually come during work hours. It's only when I have
I
free
will never
time
get
that
over
I
these
get the
gripes I have with
occasional
the game.
human visitor.
Unless they finally fix some of their stuff.
Animals, on the other hand, lead very different routines from us. Sheik badgers tend to visit in the early morning hours, while
Yeah, in some cases
ibises
heard.
often
Ha,
drop
I
by
get the pun.
after
I
sunrise.
do get the pun.
Finches come in flocks during the afternoon, chirping and chattering away. The rhyme-horned deer visit at dusk, mostly alone, though sometimes with 1 or 2 friends. And once night has fallen, I get the odd weasel thief burrowing into my home.
Oh, but that leaves you with no time to yourself at all.
Your schedule is packed.
It truly is. There was one time when a weasel thief stole some pine cones that a group of finches was hoarding. It must have been around 20 finches that flew to my bedside in the dead of night to protest the transgression. I had to ask a sniffer mole who I'd just been chatting with to invite the weasel thief over. It took a lot of work to convince it to reveal where the pine cones were. By the time all parties were satisfied and ready to leave, the sun was up. I slept in till past noon that day.
I can just imagine what a racket that must have been.
My mom would have given up and gone back to sleep long before you did. And probably pulled a blanket over her head first to block out the noise.
Since they'd taken the trouble to come to me, I felt I had a duty to help them. And the results made it all worthwhile. After getting everything off their chests, the finches went back to happily hopping around. And the weasel thief went off in search of new, exciting treasure. But humans are less forthcoming than animals. Too often, they hide their true feelings in the deepest corners of their hearts. Even those who come to me for guidance,
Very true, in fact.
I feel as if they tell me only part of the story, leaving out what truly burdens their soul. Perhaps they are unwilling to say it out loud, to face the real issues head on. Human society often encourages people to hide their true selves. It is not dissimilar to the way that some butterflies hide away in a withered leaf and camouflage their wings to match their environment. Social interactions between humans can be complex and difficult. Everyone has their way of coping, and I don't judge them for it. Nonetheless, suppressing one's true feelings can easily lead to melancholy and depression. Deep-seated issues like that are difficult to resolve, no matter what advice I give. So I had an idea.
Fair
I
enough.
thought, what if I could find a way to bring complicated human minds and straightforward animal ones together? Maybe by spending some time around each other, both could experience a new perspective. It was with that in mind that I renovated the Grand Library and turned it into what it is today. Spacious and well-ventilated, and open to humans and animals to come and go as they please. Except maybe on
Thanks
rainy
for the lurk,
days
Dormuse.
when they're looking for shelter. But the rest of the time, people can visit whenever they want to spend time with the animals, browse books, rest, and enjoy the sun. And perhaps the company of our dear animal friends, who will not be driven away by anything they say, might encourage people to open their hearts and share the truth of what lies within.
Wow, you really put a lot of thought into this library renovation. Oh, it sounds great to Paimon. Hugging fluffy animals, lounging in a chair all day without a care in the world.
I mean,
Just
not
thinking
having a
about
care
it
in the
makes
world is
Paimon feel
definitely a very Paimon thing.
fuzzy.
But yeah, save me a seat.
Of course. Your assistance with the renovation works was invaluable. It should go without saying that the Library of the Frost Moon Scions shall always be open to you.
Also, I think I can get another quick reward over here. Let me just grab everything while I'm here. And next up, Krumkake Workshop. That's
Save
another one.
Me.
Construct. Now this one is maxed out.
Wow, Ino's console has gotten even more advanced. Traveler! Paimon! Got more scrap for me? Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Well, thanks to your help, I can now announce that the Krumkake Craft Shop console upgrade plan is complete. Which means I'm good on materials for now. But don't be a stranger. You can come hang out with me and Anefa anytime.
That was by far the shortest one. That was so short. Well then. Up next, guess we're going to the hideout. Again, we might as well get started, considering that I have been warned that the next part of the story is gonna be a very, very long one. It's probably my best interest to get some of it done today, so that I don't have to go for like 10,000 hours on the Thursday stream.
Do you think the others are making good progress? Hope it's all going smoothly. Oh, hey look! They made it back as well! Flintz! Lama! How did it all go?
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so they won't be joining us for now.
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Ino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back for a while either.
You seem rather cheerful today, Mr. Flintz.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained for.
More than you bargained for?
Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
Oh?
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! Haven't seen you in forever. To be fair, we haven't been in Monster in forever. Actually, not entirely true. There was that time actually somewhat recently where we were back in there and the discussion of fake Albedo came back up, the imposter and all that. And what else was right, and the Durin stuff as well. It's been too long.
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we envisaged.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild
Oh, so you
hunt.
say these two?
When they told me
but you're
they
only
were
showing
Savarka's
Albedo.
colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's no wonder you're already acquainted.
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Show.
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
The dragon tail, is it, Durin? Is that... I see the tail, and I know that Durin got a body recently. That was like a thing that they were working on, I assume.
A gentleman of few words.
The
I
horns,
see,
the tail.
and a rather stern countenance. I presumed you were acquainted with him. Is that not the case?
Wait, those horns. You must be.
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Durin indeed.
Wait a sec. You're Minnie Durin.
Again, I don't think Minnie is fitting anymore.
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the mini.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society appears to be reflecting on whether one's name really reflects who they are.
Wow, you look so different. In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And
Well,
although
then.
you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon as a sign of my great respect for you.
Why are we not calling her Mini Paimon, huh?
Wow, you're such a smooth talker now. Paimon could get used to this. From now on, you may refer to her as your esteemed guide, Paimon.
Little Paimon is pretty tiny after all.
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size.
Extra eye in there that bothered me. There are so many problems with Genshin. I've pointed them out before. Diminutive. But yeah, again, will Genshin ever be flawless? No. Will they ever fix some of the flaws that they've had for the longest time? No. No, they will not. Will they keep making new mistakes? Absolutely yes.
When people call her Little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves. If that's not a sign of endearment, what is?
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human relationships.
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Columbina, leave with you? How come she isn't back yet?
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if she stopped for a cup of tea or 10 on the way back.
Uh-oh. People are talking about me. Hope it's nothing negative.
And now the squad is here. Seems like she's in much better spirits after meeting her old colleagues.
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's interesting playing them all and comparing and contrasting them. Fair. I am aware that out of all of them, Triple Z has the smoothest animation quality and everything. That is one thing that I am aware of, and it has like the most, I don't know, from what I've seen, the combat feels like the most intense, like it seems like it has the most intense feeling combat with how the animations and everything play out and how it looks. And again, I haven't played it, but I assume it feels like a lot more, yeah, I don't know what other word to use other than intense.
It's getting crowded here. I'll go grab some chairs.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist. I'll whip some up momentarily.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but
Fluid?
I was merely
That too, I
escorting my
guess,
friends
yeah.
back. I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure, everyone. But this is where I'll say goodbye.
We really appreciate your help.
Thanks for standing by us.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities. I'm just glad I could help out some true friends.
I understand. Well, bye for now, Harlequino.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all these people in.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on in and see for yourself.
Alright, Act 4, an elegy for faded moonlight. Dane, you're here as well, huh? Well, ain't that something?
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague too?
He's probably here for us.
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler.
And he knows,
Not
you
exactly
know,
colleagues, more
Rarier.
sort of friends.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
Damn.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important. Paimon's guessing you've heard about the Wild Hunt, then.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy, would that earn me a seat at the table?
Yay, we're taking down your body.
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs. I've missed this.
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to decipher Albedo's way of speaking has been like jumping in at the deep end.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole lives without getting the hang of it. You're ahead of the game already.
Expert at the art of encouragement. Aw.
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's you.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you curious to see what's taking her so long?
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since
True.
gathering intel is her specialty,
Not without
I'm
getting something
guessing
out
she'd
of it.
prefer to keep her methods confidential. Under such circumstances, would it not be tactless for me to impose?
Oh, but it's fine for me to impose.
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right then.
And off she goes.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Laumo will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true sage.
Anyway, looks like we've got some time
Well,
to
they'll
kill
get
before the
along, I
meeting.
think.
Let's take a little breather, folks. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down to business once the other two arrive.
Alright, I guess my quest now is to chat with everyone. Yep.
You're both awfully quiet. Why don't I start us off with an icebreaker?
Oh boy.
Much obliged.
Have either of you ever had your portrait painted? If not, I'd be glad to help.
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint then?
I dabble occasionally.
He's
Occasionally,
an
huh?
excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people, dragons, you name it. He'll paint it for you.
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance, I'd like to give it a try myself.
I'll bear that in mind.
Oh, would you
Anyway,
look at that?
How about you, Durin? What sort of portrait would you prefer?
Oh, I'd be fine with anything. Whatever style feels best to you.
Very well. Then I'll play it by ear.
You can replicate any style I want?
I can try. If you show me a sample, I'll do my best to match it.
Albedo, the pro artist, be like, I dabble.
In that case, I'll dig up some reference material for you.
What about you two?
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a meeting with so many people.
You're not alone there, my friend. The Lightkeepers also struggle to bring everyone together for a serious discussion.
I dabble makes you a painting for
I don't
free that
doubt
people
that.
would pay
I've
thousands
only ever
for.
met two Ratniki, one being you, and the
Absolutely.
other being that young guy, Eatlua.
Eatlua is a good apple.
It's
I'll give him
painful.
that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies
If he
to my
dabbles,
lighthouse.
then
A true Ratnik
anything
to the
that I
core.
do would be considered what?
In that sense, he puts me to shame.
Like a child
So you're
scribbling?
what, a fake Ratnik?
Which, to be
That's
fair, is
what it
accurate to
sounds like you're
describe anything
saying.
I do.
But I get the feeling that's not quite what you meant. Come on, why the awkward silence?
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hide it. You've known all along, haven't you, my friend? Now that was an awkward silence.
Let's just keep this between ourselves. Probably best if Eloa doesn't know, huh?
That goes without saying. Gotta be careful what you share with youngsters, after all.
Anyone else in the know? Let me guess. The Traveler and Paimon?
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own good, you know.
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself, I swear, your secret's safe with me.
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds. In the light of that claim, do you really expect me to take your oath seriously?
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spreading around the fact that I'm close with Barbados, all right?
Fair enough, then. Nothing like a bit of mutual leverage to seal the bonds of friendship.
Alright, one more. Dainslev.
Is there something you'd like to say to me?
Yeah, for starters, why'd you just show up here without even giving us a heads up?
If you think back to our previous interactions, you may recall that that's hardly out of character for me.
Very true.
You do have a point there.
Sorted out your accommodation yet?
Oh yeah, you'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right? Want to tag along with us? You never know. We might get a group discount.
Sure, let's do that.
Great! Paimon will handle it. And in return, we can get Dainslev to be our very own personal bodyguard.
Paimon, you're thinking out loud again.
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner. I'd be happy to help.
Oh, okay then. Paimon was only kidding, but good to know. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs. That's just what friends do, right?
Indeed. Thank you.
Alright, and just like that we finished talking to everyone. Not long after, here they come.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
She died. Everyone
I'm here
could
to
die
give
at
you
any
an update on
point.
how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work. I left Yehoda back at the curatorium to watch over things while I'm gone.
Huh. So much for just this once.
Shh! Not so loud! We're on a roll here. What if she remembers and suddenly decides to back out?
Did you say something, Mr. Varka?
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flints?
Must have been a frog. They get so noisy around here
Sure.
at nighttime. It's like they're putting on a concert in the background.
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few introductions to make. Let me start by saying that it's an honor to be speaking before so many distinguished colleagues and collaborators. First up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nod-Krai. Then there's Miss Nefer, boss of the Curatorium of Secrets, an intel gatherer extraordinaire. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerer's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little I've heard, they're making some great progress. Over here, we have Mr. Flints, a Ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, he courageously distracted the wild hunt to buy time for the rest of us. For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included. Mr. Durin, who has come to lend his aid. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we
Again,
have
why?
the Traveler,
Someone I'm gonna pull
who's earned
for,
more
as I
titles
keep
than I could
saying.
possibly
I
hope
just
to
wonder
list
when
out,
she'll
so I'll spare
finally
you the
be
rundown.
available.
And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly the best guide in all of Tevat.
Wow! That's a lot of people! Great turnout!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way. So, congratulations on the booming business, I guess.
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is?
Sandrone.
Who's looking for me now?
Perfectly understandable. Perfectly understandable. Honestly, and Turin and Yehoda, fair. Honestly, I might want to pull for Sandrone as well, depending on if I can afford it. Again, gods and archons are the highest priority for me. So, if I can afford to pull for both Sandrone and Columbina, I will. If not, I won't. And I think for the time being, I will skip Durin. Maybe when Durin eventually gets a rerun, I might try pulling for him.
That would be me,
We'll
Miss
see.
Nefer. I have a commission for you.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does matter
it's
is that I'd like you to gather more intelligence about the Recher of Solnari.
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say your job's probably more hassle than it's worth. Something about you seems like bad news.
Wait till you hear his name.
It's my eyes, isn't it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still alive raises an awful lot of questions for me.
My name is Dainsleif.
Yep, there it is.
I am from Conria.
And now, Nefer, you should recognize
As I'm sure
that name.
You're aware, the Recher of Solnari's real name is Rerir.
Mm-hmm.
He was once an acquaintance of mine.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends? What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the 5 sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know.
Okay.
The history of
lore
Conria,
time?
the
Lots
names
of backstory,
and identities
maybe?
of the 5 sinners. I remember it all like it was yesterday. I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say.
Alright, here we
The
go.
5 sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall, tearing Conria apart in the process. The visionary, Vedafenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired to create life. The foul, Surtologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Recher of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the 5, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions. So what changed in the space of a single night? How did he come to fall like the others?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea what actually happened?
That seems to be precisely what he's saying,
You
yeah.
mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice? And what other context can you give me about the events of that time? The more detail you can give me, the better.
Strangely, now that it comes to it, I hardly know where to begin. The fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedafenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes and cast him into the dungeons.
Sounds like such a nice
When I
king.
came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every ally I thought I had, and together, We set a knight to storm the palace and free Ved. Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt me, like a never-ending nightmare. We broke through the palace gates, just like we had planned, each striking towards our separate targets. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedafenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me and partook of the Abyss's power.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you willing to pay? You, of all people, must know that nothing comes for free.
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not always a madman.
Yeah, we figured. We saw that
Believe
in,
it or not,
in his memory.
There was a time when he was just an ordinary man, working for the Conrian Intelligence Service. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept my commission, I will tell you more about him. Enough, I hope, to help you plan your next move.
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has a score to settle with our enemy.
Must be all the good karma I've been building.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the lighthouse.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks. Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment. If that was a little over the top for your liking, I'll make sure to tone it down next time.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif. Let's speak in private once the meeting is over.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Main character voice line, how rare. You recount meeting the Knave and how the iridescent moon marrow was retrieved from the Crimson Moon space. You make it clear that the Knave chose to help you of her own accord, then conclude by reporting how the hearts of the three moons are finally in your hands.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced. But it seems like that hasn't happened yet.
I believe it will take a little longer. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. Even though I'm doing a lot better now, the truth is, my recovery will likely be an ongoing process. From the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Tevat has never accepted me. Even with the moons united as one, it seems my rejection cannot be undone. So far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out to be a problem that will plague me until the day I finally leave this place behind. Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Rayhir of Solnari.
There we
As
go.
Alekino put it,
Again, there will be a big fight coming, but that big fight will probably have to wait until Thursday.
a gesture of heartfelt gratitude.
Kutar.
Because I will slowly but surely be wrapping things up for the day soonish. She seems a lot more energetic and positive than she did when we first met.
Defeating the Rayhir of Solnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to gather more intel.
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we hope to defeat him.
We've considered several viable plans now, but our choice hinges on the answers to a few key questions. Is it even possible to kill Rerir? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? And what's he really after? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these questions.
Understood.
As for the other two,
okay,
I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say it's not my wish to burden you. But right now, relying on your skills is our only option.
So you're placing all your hopes on me, huh?
Maybe.
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly, I can hardly believe how lucky we are.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then flinches insincere flattery the next.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all. Feel free to keep bickering. Just pretend I'm not here.
Yeah, please, don't drag me down. I don't care what you do.
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us until the very end.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if I suddenly decide that my compensation is insufficient?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Arrear. And knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so well. Like two peas in a pod.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
No justice
Miss
in the world, I
Lama,
agree.
You have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy having everyone's hopes on my shoulders.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you. But the fact is, I also trust you. And that's because I know that you're someone we can count on.
Anyway, we've got our plan, so let's get moving. Mr. Dainsleif,
All right.
let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with me.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to convince Miss Nefer than trying to do it myself.
Damn.
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
Nefer and Dainsleif converse intently for some time. From the gravity of their expressions, you can tell how heavily the next stage of the plan weighs upon them both. After a short chat, Albedo and Durin head off to with Varka on what they describe as a sample-finding mission. Lauma steps out for a while, then comes back loaded up with emergency medicine. She tells you that while people rarely expect to get hurt, it's her duty to be ready when they do. You and Paimon wait patiently for Nefer, content to see how well everyone is working together. Once Nefer is finished, you follow her and Lauma back to the curatorium. Now, what actually happens in the curatorium, I will probably save for next time, but there is one more thing I want to quickly try. Last time I went over here, I randomly triggered, like, dialogue, and I want to see, because it says there's something new, if I go here again, will it once again trigger, like, stuff? Because if so, we might finish it with a little bit of a side thing. Yep, exactly.
About the F2P. Wonder what sort of thing she'll talk about today. Let's hope she's in the mood to share.
Exactly that.
Columbina?
We'll finish it with some Columbina time.
Looks like something's bothering her. Is it this one? Not this one either, then. What about this?
We'll finish today off with some Columbina time.
Not this blue, then?
What happened?
Oh, it's you. Could you help me? I'll be sure to return the favor.
Are you kidding? You know you don't owe us anything, right?
You helped us a lot in the past.
Yeah, we'd help you even if you had nothing to give us. So, what sort of help do you need?
Well, to be precise, this creature is the one that needs help.
Huh? The Kuhenki?
Yes.
Apparently.
This little one procured a paintbrush somewhere, and upon returning to my side, proceeded to swish about happily. I found a canvas and some paint for her, but though some time has passed, her attempts to mix the colors she desires have met with little success.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
It's our little companion.
Are we playing charades? Sorry, we didn't catch any of that.
Oh?
Huh. Looks like she's taken an interest in your pack.
Perhaps you carry suitable colors on your person.
I have a lot of
Usually
stuff.
carry around stuff like that.
No, I carry around basically
which,
everything.
Where did you find the paint? No offense, but you, don't look like the painting sort.
This little one was quite impatient, so I made some paint using the colorful flowers nearby.
Huh. Could Luanatar be looking for other colorful things to make paint with then? Come on, let's see what we've got in our packs.
Might as well.
Okay, relax. Don't worry, we're searching. Colorful plants from Nod-Krai would be the #1 choice, right?
Well then. We're talking about blue, so maybe this one? Light blue? Could that be what you want?
Yes, the Kuhenki looks quite satisfied.
Man, Paimon never knew Kuhenki could do art.
Kuhenki are much like us, in truth. Each one has its own personality and hobbies.
Wait, does that mean you can tell all the Kuhenki and Nod-Krai apart from each other?
The ones I've met, yes.
Damn.
That's impressive. Especially because, other than Luanatar, all the other Kuhenki kinda look the same.
That's racist.
So, what is this little painter's name?
Name?
Wait, they do have names, don't they?
We recognize each other, and that's enough. We don't need names. I don't have one either.
That doesn't mean you have to continue the cycle. Let's think. Luanatar means a creature born beneath the moon goddess's blessing. So, what would painting be in the language of the Frost Moon Scions?
I think it would be Naus? Malaus? Yes, Malaus.
Ooh, sounds nice. Let's go with that.
And just like that, we named a creature.
What is it, Malaus? Done with your painting? Oh, let's see. Whoa! What in the...
What's the matter?
This is amazing!
Oh! Do we
was
get
expecting
that?
Something a lot more childish. Or, you know, Melusine-like.
The Kuhenki are adept at sensing their surroundings. When it comes to recreating what they've seen, they tend to capture things exactly as they were.
So is this a drawing of Columbina Malaus?
Oh, it looks like Columbina when she was first born.
Huh?
Olama said your birth was recorded by the Frost Moon Scions, but this painting does look a bit
Shouldn't
different.
have existed before the moon goddess's birth.
This little one, Malaus, was one of the first Kuhenki born. It's possible this is Malaus's interpretation of how things looked back then.
Seems like you're trying to help us to get to know your goddess, huh, Malaus? Don't worry, Malaus. We appreciate it. We're all friends here. Wow, that was quick. You finished another painting already?
We're getting more?
This must depict the Frost Moon Scions worshipping Columbina as their goddess.
We're getting all the art exposition
What's she
here.
doing by the altar? The details are too small to make out. Oh, so she was eating the offerings.
Was I not supposed to?
Cute.
No. It's just a bit, unconventional.
Looks like you were having a good time.
Well, they were delicious.
Fair point.
Yes, I understand. Give me your hand.
We're doing this again? This is not for eating, you know.
It's not like that. This is proof that we're friends.
New moon's embrace obtained. Now I'm gonna teleport out of here real quick. And this feels like a good time to wrap things up. We definitely made a bunch of progress today. I mean, we completed one of the 2 new quest lines for the main story. We did 3 anecdotes. We did the remaining 2 thingies for the what was it? Gathering points? What were they called? You know what I mean. And then we hung out with Columbina again. So yeah, definitely good progress today. Now, I think we're just gonna go ahead and raid Alex again today, probably. Because Alex is the only one on my usual list of suspects who's live. And I think Phasmo is, you know, since it's spooky season, since it's spooky month, it makes sense to raid a horror game. So, let me send you over to Alex. This time, hopefully, before the stream ends. Because I remember last time we raided Alex, we raided right as the stream just ended. So, let's not make that mistake again, shall we? So yeah, everyone be sure to be kind and everything. I probably won't be around for too long because I need to get some sleep. Because I actually got stuff to take care of tomorrow. And yeah. But I'll still try to stick around for a little bit, see what kind of spooky stuff will be happening. In any event, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you around next time, probably on Thursday, if you want to see how this story concludes. And yeah, to everyone else who's watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, god damn it! Never mind, canceling the raid. It happened again. He was only 1.5 hours in and he ended. Only 1.5 hours in the stream and he ended it. I thought for sure this time I could raid him. Never mind, no raiding Alex. I hate it here. At least I caught it this time. At least this time I caught it in time and didn't send the raid out already. But yeah, that was super close. Well, I guess we'll just raid a random Genshin streamer then. Whatever works, whatever works. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna search too long. Let's go for this individual here. They have the drops enabled for Genshin, so that's always a big bonus. The usual thing of the chat is fine. There's no like follower only mode enabled. Yeah, that'll work. So long as they don't end their stream. They've been going for 6.5 hours. I swear if they end their stream now. Alright, let's head on over. Let's see what this person is like. No followers only. That's always a no-go. If someone has followers only enabled, I do not rate them. I do not, under any circumstances, rate someone who has followers only chat enabled. That's why I checked. But yeah. Everyone, be nice. Be kind as you head on over there. And I hope to see you around on Thursday. Again, I already kind of did this outro. And yeah. So again, as I was trying to say earlier, if you're watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, then your support has also been greatly appreciated. And you know what? If you want to catch me live in the future, chances are Genshin is still happening as updates come out. I do stream live on Twitch every single Friday and Saturday, and sometimes other days of the week too, on a bit more of an irregular basis. You can find a link to my Twitch in the video description down below. Yeah, Genshin streams usually happen whenever there's been an update, but in any event, that's where things end for now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around another time. Until then, have a good one, and goodbye.